Good evening, everyone, and Merry Christmas. I'm told there are still some parts for our pageant that are available, so if you're at all interested, our story will be that much richer by having everybody in one of our pageant roles. So if you want to scoot out into the foyer, you can become, I think there were some wise people that were needed, and maybe some shepherds and some angels. Will you check, dear stage director, and see if there's anything else that's needed out there? So while our stage director is doing that, let me say good evening, Merry Christmas, and welcome to one and all. Whether you are joining us tonight via Zoom or you are here in our sanctuary on Rugby Road, on behalf of the entire congregation, I offer you warm greetings. My name is Reverend Leah Durland Jones, and I am delighted we have gathered for our interactive Nativity Christmas Eve celebration. It is a gift to create and hold space made sacred by our being together and by the presence of the larger love that surrounds and holds us all. So, stage director, what do we need? We need animals. Hardly any animals. We need some sheep and a camel and a mouse. So if anybody is willing to take on the role of one of our animals, it's an easy part. We have a wonderful little sheep right here who's modeling for you how easy it is. Yeah. All right, well, if you change your mind, we'll be inviting people to join for as long as we've got those parts available. We continue to ask everyone in the sanctuary and throughout our building to please keep on your high-quality N95 or KN95 mask, covering both your nose and your mouth. And if you don't have a face mask with you, we have extras available and we will be happy to get you one. When you are in our social hall, you may remove your mask while you are actively eating or drinking. But we ask those who are not actively eating or drinking to please keep your mask on. We see the continued wearing of face masks while indoors as an act of kindness that keeps everyone, especially those most at risk, as safe as possible while we continue to navigate life during the ongoing pandemic and flu season. And you may have noticed that there is hand sanitizer also in your pews if you would like to use that as well. Please do whatever it is that you need to do to feel comfortable as we worship together. I offer many thanks for the folks who are helping share in our worship both here and online, our on-site greeters and ushers and hospitality, including Lori Craddock, who did the setup for our reception in the social hall afterwards. Special thanks to our AV tech team of Rachel Buckland and Sean Scally for supporting the dual platform worship that is both online and here on Rugby Road. In our time together tonight, we will experience the telling of a familiar story, yet we are not going to simply retell the story. We are going to relive it together by getting inside of the story and making it our own. Then, after we've shared the story and the songs with one another, we're going to recess to our church social hall for cookies and cider. On warmer Christmas Eves, we would recess to the church's front portico to search the skies for Santa's sleigh. But it's pretty cold out there tonight, so we're not going to do that this evening. You'll have to search the sky for Santa's sleigh on your way home. But I have a feeling the magic of Christmas will find us tonight no matter what. Our interactive nativity is a special service that requires extra help and everyone's participation. Thank you, Reverend Tim, for serving as our stage manager. And many thanks to Caroline Hines, Patty Wallens, and Dana Reddick for helping with costumes and other pageant details. It is always a joy to have our beloved Scott DeVoe at the piano. I don't know how we would do this service without him. And tonight we have other special seasonal music from Madeline Reddick Smith and Afton Van Hooser. So I thank Madeline and Afton for sharing your musical gifts with us. And I invite Madeline to play for us now. And I invite everyone to get up and dance and move to her offering of Run, Run, Rudolph.
There we go. Okay. Out of all the rain. Wait. Okay. Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind. Run, Rudolph, Rudolph ain't too far behind. Run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm feeling like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to a poor child, what have you been longing for? All I want for Christmas is rock and roll and a good guitar. Daddy, when Rudolph losing like a shooting star. Run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm feeling like a merry-go-round. Run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, Rudolph, I'm reeling like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to a girl child, what would please you most to get? A little baby doll that can cry, sleep, drink, and wet. And then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a saber jet. Run, 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 Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, Rudolph, I'm reeling like a merry-go-round.
Thank you, Madeline. That was a very special Christmas gift for us all. And now, let us raise our voices together in our opening hymn, number 239, Go Tell It on the Mountain. I invite you to please rise in body or spirit as you sing with your mask on.
Born, and God sent to the nation that Christmas born. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
You all sounded really nice. I am going to invite Ja Wingfield now to come forward and light our chalice. Sean, will you please put the words of our unison chalice and lighting up? Please join with me. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of the life we share together. And now you can put your hand out flat like the matchbook and your finger is the match. We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is a church of open minds. This is a church of helping hands. This is a church of loving hearts. And now Afton Van Hooser has a special musical offering for us. Thank you so much, Afton. I know that is a piece you've been working on, and we're very impressed. Sounded wonderful. This community offers its love and support to what is closest to our hearts. Another way that we show our care for one another is in sharing our financial gifts with our community and our congregation. Your financial gifts from tonight's offering go to the Minister's Discretionary Fund, a fund that offers assistance to those within our congregation as well as the larger community who are in need of short-term financial help during a time of difficulty. Your generosity in supporting this fund is greatly appreciated, as together we build the future of our congregation and our community. This is our shared ministry. Sean, will you please show us the slide for giving? During the music which follows, you may choose to make your financial offering by using the text address or by going to our website, or here in the sanctuary, the ushers will come through with the offering plates. And let us dedicate all of the many gifts we share with one another by saying, "We accept your gifts with gratitude. May we use them wisely for the highest good." Tonight, we are hearing a slightly rewritten version of a beloved ancient tale. We're going to pretend that this story is really happening right here and right now. Some of us are going to help tell the story by becoming characters using the costumes that were available. But there's one important thing that we all need to remember, and that is that no one needs to worry about making any mistakes as we tell our story. There are no mistakes. This story is full of beauty and meaning, and we are here to be moved by it once again. And we are also here to have a good time together in our beloved community. Our story tells of three powerful wise people and shepherds alike who kneel down before one tiny newborn child. It is a story of a friendly, humble family and a baby that is born to them in a stable, shepherds in a starlit field who leave their sheep to go and see this newborn child, and the gentle animals who gather round the stable where the baby lies in a manger. So let us have our story begin. In those days, long ago, long ago, over 2,000 years ago, a decree went out from the emperor, Caesar Augustus, that all in the world should be registered so that they could pay their taxes. I see Caesar is here. Caesar is going to look at their decree. All the people were required to go to the city or the town where they had been born to register. For some people, this meant a very long journey. Thank you, Caesar. One of the parents, a carpenter by trade, had to go all the way from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to the city of David that was called Bethlehem. The carpenter went to be registered along with their beloved, the person that they were planning to marry, for the carpenter's beloved was expecting a child. The couple had to travel a long way, and they knew that it would not be easy because the child that they were expecting would be born very soon, and it would be very uncomfortable, both walking and riding on their donkey for such a long journey. Can you imagine it? But there was nothing that could be done about it. They had to go. So they started on their way, traveling by day and sometimes through the dark nights, which were only lit by bright stars. And I think that I see some of those stars shining in our pews. Let's sing to our stars as they make their way to the chancel. Please rise in body or spirit now and join in song number 246, O Little Town of Bethlehem.
O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. For Christ is born of Mary and gathered all above. While mortals sleep, the angels keep their watch of wondering love. No morning stars together proclaim the holy birth. Let praises ring from God, they bring goodwill to all on earth.
While the couple were in Bethlehem, the time came for the baby to be born, but there was no room in the inn, the only place with comfortable beds. The couple looked everywhere, but the only place they could find shelter was a stable behind the inn, where there were horses and cows and pigs and donkeys and a camel. And I believe we have some horses and maybe even a mouse and hopefully a camel and a cow in our sanctuary here tonight. So let's welcome these creatures to our stable as we sing together, and you may remain seated, hymn number 243, Jesus Our Brother. And clearly we've got a horse and a camel that are just waiting for you to claim them.
Jesus, our brother, kind and good, was hard stable rude, and friendly beasts around him stood. Jesus, our brother, kind and good. I said the donkey, shaggy and brown, I carried his mother up and down. I carried her safely to Bethlehem town. I said the donkey, shaggy and brown. I said the sheep with the curly horn, I gave him my wool for his blanket worn. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I said the sheep with the curly horn. I said the dove from the rafters high, I cooed him to sleep that he should not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my maid and I. I said the dove from the rafters high. And all the beasts by some good spell in the stable dark were glad to tell of the gifts they gave Emmanuel. The gifts they gave Emmanuel.
The animals welcomed the couple into the stable, and the animals were even kind enough to give up their hay-filled manger so that the baby could have a bed. Thus, the baby was born in a simple stable surrounded by the animals, and they wrapped him in bands of cloth. Now, in that region, there were shepherds living in the fields, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And I believe we have some shepherds among us this evening, as well as some sheep, if they would gather with Reverend Tim in the center aisle. And as our shepherds and our sheep assemble, let's sing together hymn number 231, Angels We Have Heard on High. You may remain seated.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the fields, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. Gloria in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why these front of happy cheer? What great brightness do you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, whom the angels praise above. Mary, Joseph, lend
believe that we have some angels in the house tonight. Where are you, my little angels and my big angels? If you'll please come up front and stand right here in front of the pulpit. And I'm going to ask the big angel to please take this microphone, because in a minute you're going to need to have a word with the shepherds. Now, little angels, you stay right here by me. And big angel, will you please fly over to those shepherds in the field? And then an angel of the Lord stood before them. And this angel was truly magnificent, and the glory of the Lord shone around the shepherds, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them,
and it renders the tape useless. Yeah. It gets all over and really gets sick.
And lying in a manger.
now, little angels, it's your turn to fly to the shepherds. Suddenly, there was with the angel a multitude of little angels. And the angels were saying,
Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace, goodwill to all people everywhere.
and then the angels left the shepherds, and they seemed to go right up into the heavens. Okay, angels, come fly right up here now next to our stars near the Christmas tree on the chancel. And the shepherds said to one another,
known to us.
So the shepherds went quickly to Bethlehem with their sheep, and there they found the Holy Family with the child lying in the manger, just as the angel had said it would be. And when the shepherds saw this, they told everyone what the angel had said to them about this newborn child, and everyone who heard their story was amazed. And the parents kept all these things and treasured them in their hearts. And so the shepherds and the sheep knelt too around the manger, glorifying and praising God for all the wonders that they had heard and seen as it had been told to them. And after Jesus was born in Bethlehem, 3 wise persons who were kings or queens from the Far East came to Jerusalem. And I think they might be here with us tonight also. And I think we have a special star among us. So I invite these wise people and star to gather in the middle of the center aisle with the star leading them. And let us welcome them by singing the first and the fourth verses of hymn number 259, We Three Kings, and you may remain seated. And if we have a double star, that works well. So Noah, you can just go right up to Maddie and you guys can be a double star together. And let's sing verses 1 and 4 of We Three Kings. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem, the three wise persons who were kings from the Far East came to Jerusalem. And these wise persons asked,
Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we observed his star in the skies, and we have come to praise him and bring him gifts.
The wise persons learned from the king about a prophecy which had been spoken long ago, that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem. So the wise persons set out for Bethlehem, and there ahead of them went the star that they had first seen when it appeared in the east. And the wise persons followed the star until it stopped over the stable where the newborn child was lying in the manger. So stars, if you want to come.
There's the star. My God.
And when the wise persons saw where the star had led them, they were overwhelmed with joy, and they entered into the stable. There they saw the Holy Family, and they bowed down to honor them. And they opened their bags and brought out gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh, which they had brought with them. So now that we have gathered our whole cast of characters, let us pause and fully take in this scene as we sing together, "Silent Night, You May Remain Seated."
All is calm, all is bright. Round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, child of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
It is a special night with stars and angels and shepherds and many animals, and they are all witnesses to a special birth and a beautiful family. No doubt the birth of Jesus over 2,000 years ago looked a little different from this. No doubt our beautiful sanctuary is a little finer than the small, humble stable of our story. But the love and the mystery and the wonder that we see here is no different from the wonder that was there at the time of Jesus' birth. When we extinguish the flame of our chalice this night, we do not extinguish the light that we carry within us. May the light in our hearts shine brightly now and this entire holiday season, reminding each of us of our place in the human family and of the love that connects and sustains us all. Please join with me in saying the words of our benediction. Sean, can you post those words for us?
No, no.
Even as...
No, still not there yet. No, okay, who knows?
Well, perhaps I'll go ahead and say them. Even as we extinguish the chalice flame, may its light continue to shine brightly with the spirit of love that dwells in each of us and in our hearts. Peace and goodwill to all. Reverend Tim, would you extinguish our chalice, please? And as he does, we say, it is finished in beauty. Amen, and blessed be, and Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. There was one more thing that I needed to do. I want to share with you all a wonderful reading. I'm sure you've heard it before, but it's really good for tonight. It is Clement Clark Moore's "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Are you ready? "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house," you can say it with me, "not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, but wait, what's happening? Who's here? Why, it's Santa, and I think he has a little something for everyone. You're welcome to come and greet Santa and see what he has for you. Watch out, Santa. So Santa, if you would like to just mosey on up the aisle and back around, our stage director will actually help you find your way back to your sleigh. So thank you, Santa. So with his sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too, and then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, And I drew in my hand and was turning around, and down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his pack, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly, and that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was a chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
So let us celebrate the love and the wonder around us by singing our final song, Joy to the World, as we recess to the social hall for cookies and cider.